Well, thanks for having me. Thanks EnergyBox for inviting UNEF, the Spanish Solar Association. So as you will know, the Spanish Solar Association devotes for a new energy system powered fully by solar, but also enabled by energy storage. So we have more than 820 companies associated to UNEF, to the Spanish Solar Association. And this gives us credit to work with the key market stakeholders, namely with IDAE, with Victor and his team, also with the Spanish Ministry for Energy Transition, and also for key market stakeholders like the Spanish TSO, Red Eléctrica, and the Spanish regulator, the CNMC. So today, in 10 minutes, we will go through what the future of energy storage would look like, but also how the present looks like for energy storage. Okay, so if we go to this energy planning for 2030, we need energy storage. Why? Because we have like a new penetration of renewable generation on the right side, and on the left side we have an increased ambition to roll out distributed solar, electric vehicles, and so on. And in the middle, we need to manage these bidirectional power flows with new power grids. So we are coming to a deep decarbonization stage. So the national plan stands for 76 gigawatts of solar and also 62 gigawatts of wind generation. So that outpaces like 3 times our peak demand as of today. We also go for a drastic decentralization because we have a 19 gigawatt objective of rooftop solar. In new distributed energy devices like heat pumps, EV fleets in industries, and also this energy management needs to give the power grids the capability to cope with this intermittency in the renewable generation and the intermittency in the solar surplus in houses and industries. So we are underway in a dual digitalization as well when it comes to flexible grid access permitting, but not only grid access permitting, but also grid operation. So an active management system will not be possible without energy storage. Okay, that's for 2030, but we already need storage in Spain 2023. Why? Well, we can see this is the evolution of solar and wind energy captured price for the last years. This is every month we are losing the opportunity to capitalize our investment in renewable energy. So there's some thoughts on the market curtailment. Victor was showing us some days that we have zero prices. So this stands for this market curtailment. But also this renewable capture price keeps falling if we are not only about to comply with the national plan, but also we have let's say under permitting with positive environmental permits of more than 54 gigawatts combined. So this means the trend is to get deeper losses if there's no sufficient storage and demand electrification. So this is about market curtailment. Yes, market curtailment might be positive also for consumers because they benefit from a decarbonized energy system, but with very low prices. This is a market curtailment, but let's look at physical curtailment. So this is our data from the Spanish TSO, and when it comes to technical constraints could be coupled in advance the day before or in real time. So we are experiencing that all the renewable energy that is curtailed on the day before and in real time is renewable energy that it's outpaced by peaker plants with gas and coal being the main dispatchable loads. Okay, so this is a real challenge. We cannot afford to waste renewable energy. We invested we have a big bet on this. But look, with this challenge comes as well the opportunity. So this is an opportunity today for battery storage or energy storage systems to not only waste this renewable energy, but store it, and also participate in this technical constraints market. Also, we can misplace these polluting bigger plants. So this is a no-brainer for decarbonization, but also it might be a profitable business case behind. Well, let's see what else. If we look to the weighted average of the wholesale market, we might see there's not always like very big spreads, but when it comes to 2-hour spreads, there's higher spreads than 62 euros per megawatt. This is data from 2023, starting January to August. So here, there's an opportunity for battery storage of 2 hours because you can monetize this spread in the wholesale market, and also you can participate in those ancillary markets and technical constraint markets. And most importantly, this is really fast to deploy. So the opportunity is not for 2030 energy system, but for today. Okay, let's look at some data of battery operating in other countries. What we see is, yes, there's opportunity in the technical constraints market. Yes, there's opportunity in also other balancing markets. But the market liquidity in dispatchable megawatt hour is in the wholesale markets. So what if this spread comes up? Good news for battery storage. What if this spread comes down? Bad news for battery storage. So how do we can foresee these investments for more than, let's say, 10 years? Well, let's see. First of all, we need to take into account that we can stack revenues. Stacking revenues means gross market optimization in the energy markets for energy storage, but also means some cannibalization. So as of today, we have a strong revenue stream with the day-ahead market, the intraday market, the technical constraint markets, and also the balancing markets, namely secondary, tertiary, and restoration reserves. Yes, but what about cannibalization? Imagine that today we go out there, we start investing in battery storage. So all of these markets would be that profitable? Well, we need to think on liquidity. So what we, from the Spanish Solar Association, we are proposing is hedging a solid revenue stack in the wholesale market. How does this work? So, well, imagine that you have, in a single year, spreads rounding 110 euros per megawatt hour. Okay, that might be good for battery storage. But maybe there's some projections of future spreads. So there are a lot of projections. But imagine that we tend to electrify demand in such a way that the spread in the central the spread is not that high, and the price in the central hours is not that low. So maybe one of the key actors that have led to this electrification of demand, they haven't the reward, the market reward. So this scheme tends to couple a spread in advance via a CFD. This is let's say, a financial contract for difference when it comes to battery storage. So if you have coupled, imagine a 60 euro per megawatt hour in advance, it doesn't matter if you experience higher spreads in the market. Yes, you need to give some money to the energy system, but in the long run, you hedge from this possibility to maybe lower spreads across time. So you will have like an extra reward for having invested in the very beginning. Okay, so I want to finish by saying what's the present and future for energy storage when it comes to regulatory framework and support schemes. So I want to emphasize that the present is now. So we already have more than 2 gigawatts under permitting. We have a regulatory framework in place. Yes, it's improvable. Yes, we are contributing to more flexible access when it comes to grid access for demand installations. We also are working into hybridization when it comes to priority dispatch, so that technical constraints market keeps being profitable for energy storage and renewable producers. And also, when it comes to support schemes, we are seeing the 8th component of the next generation EU plan, like Marcos was saying before. But we see that these are more than 4-hour assets that need an extra capex of funding. We consider that starting from 2 hours, you can decarbonize the system and also have profitable business cases for investors. And also, we are proposing not only this CFD auction, which we call Régimen Económico de Almacenamiento, but also a capacity mechanism, which will come later on because needs some supervision from the European Commission. So that's everything from my side. Thanks for having me. And if you have doubts, please do not hesitate to reach out.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pasola.